Hi coaches, Ron Siliko here. What I wanted to do in this video presentation today is talk about the importance of moving on airtime. And I think it's so important not only offensively, but defensively, and just overall to make your team seem quicker, more athletic, and that they're always on the ball. And if you have a really athletic team, boy, you're going to really seem super quick. In general, these are some thoughts I've heard about moving on airtime. Is Tate's Lock has a famous saying that the first six steps are the most important in going from transition from offense to defense to defense to offense. Bob Huggins believes one of the keys in the game of basketball is being able to save steps. And you may not be saving actual steps by moving on airtime, but because you're getting to spots quicker before the opposition, it sure seems like you are. It also is going to give you better timing, and it's going to create separation, and it's going to really help you in your overall reaction and anticipation time. So these are some thoughts that I have defensively about it, and these are the ones that I've heard most commonly expressed in clinics is jumping to the ball. So what does that mean? If you're on the ball, the pass gets made in one direction or another, you take one step to the ball and then you take two steps to the basket. That's a general rule of thumb. Sometimes there's some adjustments if you're playing on the line, up the line versus the pack, but that's generally the case is one step to the ball, two steps to the basket. And then off the ball, big thing is, again, one step to the ball, two steps to the basket, or maybe you reverse that. The big term that you hear repeatedly about defense is don't let people cut in front of your face. They've got to go behind you, and you can accomplish that best by jumping to the ball and beating them to the spot. By moving on airtime, it gives your defense the opportunity to have quicker closeouts rather than waiting to recover, close out after the ball's caught. If you're moving while the ball's in the air, you're getting to the offensive player around the same time that the ball is, and that's going to create a better situation for you defensively. It gives you better box outs if you are moving on airtime, the shot goes up, you're not waiting to see if the ball is missed and then boxing out. You're boxing out immediately when the ball goes to the rim. And getting into help position. I think the difference between really good defensive teams and the teams that are not great is the help side defense coming out away from the ball to stop dribble penetration or stop penetration via the pass. And one of the keys to that is moving on airtime, so you're getting to help position, you're seeing the ball, and you're able to react if a teammate's beat off the dribble. Offensively, again, this is something I don't hear about all the time in discussions, but I think it's equally as important to having a great offense. I think number one, it gives you better timing in your overall flow of your offense, rather than waiting in what seems like a sequential situation. Ball goes here, then you move. Ball goes here, then you move. If you're moving while the ball is getting into that position, again, it makes your team seem very much quicker. This is where the separation is really important, whether you're going to set ball screens, you're setting off-ball screens, you're trying to get post position, you're trying to get a good basket cut, you're trying to get open on the perimeter with a V cut. This will allow you to get separation. And one of the examples is, if I can draw it on the board here, if the ball goes from the point to the wing, this offensive player is moving while on airtime, taking his defender with him. That's occupying the ball side help, or the off the ball help, which is also an important piece. But it's also giving this player a good screening angle. Goes down while on airtime and then goes. And then you have a much better flow in the offense rather than this ring player waiting to see this cut get made. This cut will already be in progress, and then it will allow for a quicker decision opportunity. It allows you to set up better against a shifting defense much more quickly. Again, it's not a 1-2-3 pattern. You're keeping defense fluid. You're keeping off-ball help occupied. You're keeping post player help occupied, and I think that's very important. Offensive rebounding, again, anticipating as the shot's going up, getting inside position, trying to get to rebounding position before the defense has the opportunity to block you out. Post play, I think moving on airtime is very, very critical for post players. If you could imagine a team that's fronting, the ball gets reversed. If the offensive post player can see that pass being made, seal his defender before the defender has a chance to jump to the ball, that's how you're going to get great post position. I think the battle in the post is won by this concept of moving on airtime. Teaching angles is important, but you've got to get your offensive players to move while the ball's in the air. And then the other key piece to offensive, and it's usually involving the post play, is the ball screening action, which is very important in a lot of offenses today, is getting that angle by creating separation. So just like this diagram on the perimeter, if you're a post player, let's say you're here, you go away while the ball's in the air, and then you come up and ball screen, that's giving you a chance to have separation from your defender. Separation is a key to ball screening. I talked about that in a previous session about how important it is for the offensive player to create separation so the defensive player can't come out and trap, can't hedge. It gives you a chance to set a nice solid screen so the guard can work off of it. So those are my thoughts about moving on airtime. I think it is a very, very important thing to emphasize. Your team will appear much quicker, much more athletic, and it will help you execute your offense and your defense. Thank you for watching.